Good morning, you guys. It is I, Becca Lori Hector, here with Growing Gratitude. And as you can see, I've got the great looks that I always have on Sunday morning when I come to do gratitude with you guys. But yeah, I'm here. So Growing Gratitude is my attempt to grow the gratitude in my life. I think that the more we talk about it, the more that we have to acknowledge it out loud, the more that it becomes part of our routines to just be grateful for the things that we do have. It's really important to thriving, I think. And so, yeah, that's what Growing Gratitude is about. It's my attempt to grow the gratitude in my life, and I hope to inspire the gratitude growing in your life. So that is the hope here. So welcome. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for getting up so early with me. It is 8 a.m. here in Colorado, and as you can see, I just got out of bed myself. Good morning, Morgan, Nancy, CVM, Bill. Good to see you guys here this morning. It is another gratitude day, but it is the first gratitude of 2021. So happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to the new year, the new calendar year. Can't wait to see what this one brings. I think we are all better prepared for whatever it is than we ever were before. So bring it on. Morning, Ross. So, whatever you got, 2021, we're ready. I mean, you can't really shake an autistic. You can't anymore. We're too resilient. So that's that. Let's see what I can tell you about. A little story time this week. How about this? So New Year's Eve, right? So like I told you guys on Tuesday with being back alive, that I don't really acknowledge the holidays in my social media. I don't do special posts about it and all of that stuff because I'm really a big believer in treating everybody all year long like it's their birthday, essentially, right? Like, I mean, if you think of somebody, help them out then, reach out to them then, don't wait till that special day on the calendar kind of thing. And so that's how I live my life, with the exception of Halloween and New Year's. And that's because Halloween, I just love. It brings me joy and I have so much fun during that season. And then, of course, New Year's Eve, because it's really significant for me and all of the stuff that I do with all of the self-defined living teaching that I do and living practice and all of that stuff. It's an important piece of that because for me, that's my yearly marker. That's the time of year that I say to myself, okay, it's been 365 days. I need to review my past 365 days and I need to decide where I'm going towards in my next 365 days. And that's the day that I decide to do it. And I told you guys on Tuesday, it doesn't have to be New Year's for you. It can be your spectrumversary. It can be Halloween. It can be your birthday. It can be whenever time of year you want it to be during the year. Just picking a place where that's your marker. That's your end and your beginning of a new year and an old year. So that you can do these reviews, so that you can choose a word of the year, so you can keep your themes going and your goals in order, and your life in alignment with where you want to be, what you want to be living, all of that stuff. And so New Year's is a really kind of important one for me in terms of that. And so as I showed you guys, it was new word bracelet, and here is new word bracelet is on. There it is. Oh, I don't even know if you can see it. You probably can't. Flavor and fun on the wrist. We're ready for this year. This year is going to be all about adding flavor into my life, adding flavor out into the world, and of course, doing it with as much fun as possible. So that is my F words for this year, and I'm ready to get going. But 2020 had one last big old doozy for Becca and Antonio. And so there we were. We did our New Year's shopping. And so what we do on New Year's Eve is both of us have a lot of food, not allergies, both insensitivities. We both have a lot of food sensitivities and some issues with our bellies. And so we eat pretty carefully all year long. Lots of things we can't eat that are in the no zone list. And what we do on New Year's Eve is we just go all out. We're like, let's go all out, eat what we want to eat. We'll be sick for New Year's Day. So what? Nothing happens on New Year's Day. Let's just do it. So what we usually do is get a bunch of different appetizers, like frozen appetizers, like pigs in a blanket and little quiches and all, spanakota, whatever. If you're Hispanic, I can never spell it or say it right. Anyway, the little triangles with spinach in them. and stuff like that. So little appetizers, and the whole evening, we just kind of make different appetizers. And usually it's things that we don't eat, right, all year long. And so that's what we usually do. And so we had done all of the planning and shopping for that and everything, and we're all ready. And there we sit on New Year's Eve, and we're laughing, and it's the day has just begun, and we're talking about everything. And we start talking about New York and what it must be like in New York, and how weird. What does it look like in Times Square? Like, what are they going to do? Right? What is the ball drop going to look like this year, kind of thing. Right. And we get all excited for it. And all of a sudden, poof, our internet disappears. Yes. And so we don't have cable. We only have internet, and we watch streaming, and that's what we have. And our whole lives pretty much are connected through the internet up here. And poof, it disappears. And it's New Year's Eve. And the next day is New Year's Day. And Lord knows no cable company is coming to fix nothing. Right? So we call, we make the appointment, we let them know about the outage, blah, blah, blah. And then we are left to our own devices on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And I have to tell you, it was a little bit nerve-wracking. I don't think either of us realized how much we rely on our phone, and how much, to connect with our communities and just to keep up with what's going on in the world, because we do live so kind of really, really rural in the middle of nowhere, right? So it's kind of important. And what ended up happening is that it piqued anxiety, especially for Antonio. He had a really tough time with not having his phone and not having what turned out to be anxiety about not having his routine, right? And it was tough, man. So we had to salvage our New Year's Eve. And what we ended up doing was watching a bunch, because we are huge movie people. Oh, that's my little cat. Can I let her out? I'll be right back in a second. The kitty needs to go outside. I'm coming, kitty. All right, go ahead. There. Cool. And there she was, that little cat. Okay. So we take out our movie collection. We start picking out fun movies to watch. We just throw them in and start making the appetizers, right? And essentially that's what we did with our New Year's Eve. And guess what, you guys? Most of the time, our big goal for New Year's Eve is to make it to 10 p.m. because 10 p.m. in Colorado is midnight in New York. And so what we usually do is stay up till 10 p.m. We watch the ball drop in New York and then go, I'm old, I'm going to bed, right? So we didn't even get that far this year. We made it till about 8:30. And then I was like, let's go downstairs and read. Let's do something in bed because I'm pooped. And that's what we ended up doing. And we went to bed at 9:30, 10, maybe. Have no idea. No idea when it changed into the new year. No idea of anything like that. Only that we had our appetizers and watched the movies. Next morning we wake up and it's even worse because now the morning routines are out of sync. And that was really tough. So we sat around feeling anxious for a little bit. And then I said, you know what? Let's do what I would tell all of my clients to do. Let's take my advice and see if it works. Let's look for something we can do around the house that we have a list of things that we want to get done around the house. Let's do them. They don't require internet, right? And let's refocus that energy. Let's take all that anxiety energy and put it towards something that we need to get done. And we said, all right, let's just do it. So we picked ourselves up on that New Year's Day and we did a bunch of shit around the house, you guys. We cleaned out the snake cages and gave them baths and paid a lot of it. We spent like 3 hours on the snakes, which we don't usually have the luxury of that time. We spent a ton of time outside with the dogs because we got a gorgeous day. And in fact, my favorite part about New Year's Day and the thing that I'm most grateful for, I think, is I buy the dogs toys all the time, but they destroy them. So I tend to buy really cheap toys all over the place. And we ended up getting a delivery of 2 squeaky balls right before the internet went down. And what we ended up doing was allowing the pups to keep the squeakers, which is not something that I usually do. Indoor toys are not allowed squeakers in our house. But what we did was take them outside and we just let them have at the squeakers in the balls. And I haven't seen Walter have this much fun in like a crazy amount of time. So he just was squeaking away. He was playing fetch. He was chasing Gus around. He was just like a puppy all over again. And he's 5 now, so he's not so puppy anymore. And it was just really, really great to see. And we also ended up really just spending a lot of time kind of talking about what's going on and what we want to do and the food truck and this and that. So that leads me. And then, well, whatever. And then yesterday, the cable guy came. The cable was fixed in 10 minutes, and it was no big deal and all of that fun stuff that always happens. And now, obviously, internet is back. But I have to say, my gratitude this week goes to CenturyLink. CenturyLink, my cable non-provider, which is what ended up happening. So my gratitude goes to the cable going out for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. It was a lot less stressful to not have to try to stay awake. It was a lot less stressful than to try to force fun, right, on a night that needs to be forced. And it ended up being really relaxing. And the day after without internet ended up being really productive. And we ended up really reusing that anxiety energy in a really productive way. And we really kind of acknowledged how much we kind of require the internet in our lives, but also how nice it was to not have it, because it reminded me of being a kid. You guys remember back when we were kids and like if you weren't in the house, you just didn't know what the hell was going on. You were just doing whatever you were doing. You were in the present moment because you didn't have distractions. Well, that's what I had on New Year's Day. An entire day without those distractions. An entire day where I was just really present and in it because I didn't have a choice, right? And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that reminder that even after 2 entire days without the internet, you guys, you want to know what I missed? Goose egg, whole lot of nothing. There was literally almost nothing in any of my emails, my notifications, the news, any of that shit that rocked my world, that, oh my God, I missed it. None of that happened, okay? So the lesson was you can go away and you can drop your phone for 2 days, and whatever happens in those 2 days, you're going to catch up on in 15 minutes and you won't have missed dick. That is the lesson. That is the gratitude for this week that I have, because when I think about my year coming forward, about the fun and the flavor, well, I want to be there for it. I want to be in the present moment for it. And what a good reminder from technology that I have some work to do on that I need the balance back, that I'm leaning too much into the technology maybe, but also that when I really want to have fun and when I really want to add flavor into my life, I got to be in it. I got to be there and present for it. Otherwise, where's the fun going, right? Where's the joy? Where's the flavor, right? And I need to remember to be there for it. And if I'm going to be on my phone, I need to remember to be videoing it or taking a picture of it so that I can share my joy and fun and flavor with you guys. So that's sort of where I'm at this week with gratitude. Grateful for a whole new year ahead of me to try new things, to make more mistakes, to take risks, and to succeed. You know, for the 5 million times that I fail, I will succeed, right? I can't wait to see what this year brings. February, I'm starting a new run of the course. So I'll have all new students in a cohort. I'll be finishing up with Specialist Stern, and they are doing fantastic. And I can't wait to start with a new group of people to really help change their lives. And I think I'm going to do it in the spring, like February to, I guess, May or June, like that. And then another one in like the end of August, September. So like a spring and a fall, I think I'm going to do. So if you guys know anybody who's interested in taking the course, if you're interested in taking it for yourself, I'll be doing it live beginning in February. And then I'll do another one in the fall so that it's available to people. I'm excited. I can't wait to start looking for sponsors and see what the kind of response is from them this year. Will they respond with more money because they're seeing the successes? Who knows? But I want those scholarship seats for all of those people I want to teach the course to. So it's a big year. I've got some stuff coming up. January is going to be busy with promoting the course and getting you guys the scholarship and getting you guys, getting all that stuff in order, and just pushing the course. It's going to be busy. And then I need to remember that, right? That I have so much coming up. and that this year is going to be full, and it's up to me to make it full and fun and flavorful. And I am up for it, I swear. So I'm going to get going because I still have to eat breakfast. I mean, you guys, I haven't even had coffee yet. Look at me. I'm a mess. So I'm going to go get some breakfast and some coffee, and then I'm getting to work on the final touches of the newsletter. So if you are not signed up for my free motivational newsletter, comes out monthly. It is theme-based. We talk about the stuff that I talk about in self-defined living. And then, of course, I will share with you the exclusive discounts for the course through there, the waiting list through the newsletter. So all of that stuff is going to happen through the newsletter. So please head to my website, BeccaLorey.com, LORY.com, and sign up for the newsletter. It'll be coming out into inboxes on Tuesday. So get signed up for it before Tuesday. And you'll start getting all of that fun stuff. I'm excited. This month's theme, I don't usually tell you guys the theme, but this month's theme is about mentors and role models, because I really feel like to start out the year right, you really need to know who you want as the stars in your life. Who do you want to be the stars of your social media? Who do you want to be in your feed? Who do you want to be reading their books? Those kind of things. It's going to be fantastic. So I can't wait until the newsletter comes out and we officially get 2021 started, you guys. So thanks again for getting up really early on a Sunday morning to join me for Growing Gratitude. And I hope right now you will go and spend some time and think about your week and what are your gratitudes for this week? Where did the universe surprise you? Where were you grateful to just have what you have? Where were the joys? Think about that stuff. And maybe take a moment to write it down in a journal, put it in a letter, say it out loud to a family member, but acknowledge it. Let's take some time to do some gratitude today. And then, of course, take the rest of your day and go and create some joy. Share it with others. Be what you want your life to be like. Just start living it like it's already there, because there's no better place to start than right now and right here. Why not? So I hope you will go and have some joy, share it. I will see you guys out on the interwebs. I will be out there doing my thing, and then I will be back here on YouTube on Tuesday for the next Being Becca Live, the very first of 2021. And until then, I will see you out in the world. Please make sure to comment where you see this video, thumbs up and thumbs down. Let me know if what I'm doing is worth it. And of course, your shares mean everything to me. Please enjoy it. Please share it. Please have a good rest of your day. I'm going to go have some coffee and get working on that newsletter. See you out there, you guys. Bye.